long will we take to let people in?
We are live.
Yes, we are.
So welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, guys. Welcome. Thank you for joining us, guys. And tonight at Breakthrough with Jeff, we have a very special guest. Coach Dorsila, please tell us a bit about yourself, what you do, and then we can start this breakthrough show.
Yes, thank you, Jeff. Thank you so much for that introduction. First of all, I just want to appreciate you and to commend you because you have walked with me on my coaching journey. And I'm so grateful to you and to Destiny Life Coaching. And because basically all I know, the confidence I have, honestly, I think I get it from you and from the amazing work that you do over at DLC and also with Breakthrough with Jeff. So that's amazing. My name is Dorsila Ogola. As mentioned, I am a life coach, and I am so happy to be able to do this work. I'm also the founder and creator of That Girl Relatable, and also Authentic Living Coaching and Workshops. So, guys, thank you so much, Karibuni, as you're joining the live, and we can't wait to just dive into the topic more. So, thank you so much for having me. I look forward.
Awesome. I'm so happy to see the work that you're doing. That relatable girl and the confidence you have. By the way, not everyone that gets certified as a coach really gets started. But I want to understand your journey. I want to know our topic this evening, guys. Are you ready? So I want you to share with someone. I want you to share with someone this page, share with your friend, invite your auntie, invite even your enemies if you have.
Those ones are important.
Yeah? Come again, coach?
I'm saying those ones are important, the enemies.
Yeah, important. We need better enemies, isn't it? We need we need better enemies. So if you can, give them the tools we are discussing in this show, then I'm telling you are serving the world. So we are talking about adopting a certain mindset. Like the Bible says, as a man, and man is both male and female, thinketh, so is she. Now, we are talking about diving deeper into the inner world and looking at the enemies within so we can live the life we were destined to live. And I'm curious. I want to hear your story. Talking about enemies within. What is this enemies within? What comes to your mind, coach? And have you had some of those? Or maybe you are some of those guys that were dropped from heaven.
No.
Yeah.
Not true. I'm just sharing my journey. I feel like at each point in my life when I'm trying to do something that is beyond who I am, there's always an enemy within me that is just fighting me, and I have to find a way to just pull through to get to the other side. So when I look at my life, especially when it comes to my coaching journey, when I began coaching and I didn't know exactly what this gift that I had within me was. And everyone around me used to ask me, so what exactly is that? What exactly do you want to do? And people don't understand that. So I dealt with a lot of self-doubt, doubting and second guessing myself and wondering, am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing? What if 10 years from now, 15 years from now, I look back and I doubt myself and I've done the wrong thing? So, and I was like, oh my gosh, these things in my mind. So let's talk about, that was self-doubt. Then there was fear to the extent that when I would stand up to talk in front of people, my legs would literally just shake.
Oh, that was big. Yeah.
Yeah, my legs would literally just shake. And in that moment, when I get caught up in that fear cycle, I forget what I'm about to say. I lose my fire. I lose that which is within me. And when I began that girl relatable, I was like, I'm done pretending that I have it all together, because no one
Yes,
has it all together. So I wanted
yes,
to be able to create a space whereby I can freely share myself with the world,
yeah,
and with the hopes that someone will tap into my authenticity and be
yeah,
able to find authenticity within themselves and to exist in it, and help them deal with those enemies that are within us, those self-doubt, fear, like thinking that the world is just, it's not for you, everything is literally against you, and everything is set up
yeah,
for your failure.
yeah.
Yeah. So for me,
Wow,
mm-hmm.
amazing, coach. So
Mm-hmm.
you talked about doubt, self doubt,
Yeah.
and as the coach tells us her story, guys, I want to hear what's your story also as you follow this online. Thank you so much, Esna. I see you, Esna Naboke. Thank you so much from Umoja. Good. Thank you. And Nico, there is
Mm-hmm.
Masinga Macau, Nico Harper. Good to see you. Good to see you. Bob,
Mm-hmm.
Sira, good vibe. Yes, you
Mm-hmm.
feel that?
Mm-hmm.
This is what you do when you connect with
Mm-hmm.
great coaches like Coach Dorsila. Good vibes. And then there is life coach Nguka. That's another coach from DLC. Thank you so much. And then there is Jabet. Guys, welcome. Now tell me, you talked about self-doubt, you talked about fear. These are major enemies that are stopping people and their destiny.
Mm-hmm.
um, it's not just you, coach. I went through my own share of these enemies. And I believe everyone that is great will have to
Mm-hmm.
face a devil. Everyone that has greatness within them, they have to face these enemies. The enemy of,
Mm-hmm.
yes, the bigger the greatness, the bigger the devil at the gate. These things, greatness is never given to you just like that. And the more you have opposition, this I learned when I was a teenager. I realized I was going through so much. In fact, from the day I was born in challenges, because I had a condition that if it was today, it would be an extreme case of COVID-19
Mm-hmm.
because I could not breathe. And this is for 11 years, I struggled with this condition. And the doctors are not getting, how can we help you?
Mm-hmm.
That in itself made me to have low self-esteem. I used to to believe that other people are better than me, that I'm, special in a negative way. And that self-doubt, anything you give me, I'll doubt myself and I'll propose someone else. I'll say my neighbor. You know, the only thing I could not propose for people was, my own self-esteem. I'm the only one who's supposed to feel like this. I'll choose that. But then
Mm-hmm.
anything good, anything that is great, that is out there, I think other people should go um, before me. So you talked about self-doubt and fear. Have you struggled with that, guys? Tell us online. Life coach Nguka is saying my story of self-doubt was the doubt that is gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
Myself many limiting stories until I made the decision to change the narrative, be disciplined, and start. Wow. Thank you,
Mm-hmm.
coach. Thank you, coach. And that's what we're talking about here.
Mm-hmm.
Coach, what would you say of what Coach Nguka has just said? Coach Josila, go
Mm-hmm.
on.
Mm-hmm. So Coach Ngoka is talking about his story of self-doubt. And
Yes,
he doubted himself that it's going to work, his limiting belief. And you know what? Our minds don't just come up with these ideas because we were wired to think like that. Our first
yeah,
instinct as human beings is to self-protect. So we create these stories to protect ourselves from what life coach is saying.
I
probably
like
from failure, so you
yes,
create a story, you create a limiting belief. Okay, what if I start and fail? So your
yes,
mind, your belief is, I will start and I will fail, or I will begin and it will not work out. So what you're
yeah,
protecting yourself from is how you would feel when you fail. So
yes,
these limiting beliefs, sometimes you might think that you are such a bad person for having a limiting belief, but subconsciously we are creating these beliefs to protect ourselves from an uncomfortable experience or an uncomfortable feeling that we
mm.
are trying not to go through. Yeah. So I totally relate with life coach
And
Ibuka
I like
Padka.
the decision. I like
Mm-hmm.
he came to a decision. Let me show you something, coach.
Mm-hmm.
This is my big cup. And you see what is written down there?
The first step towards um
Getting somewhere
somewhere is to decide
that
that you are not going to stay where you are.
yeah, that's what I'm drinking. The first step, make a decision. So I
Mm-hmm.
like what talking about decision.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll come to that. We'll come to the decision, Coach Nguka and Coach Dorsila will come to that decision. But you talked about two things: the enemies within. You talked about fear. You talked about what was it? Self doubt. Is there another
Mm-hmm.
enemy that we can add to that list that people maybe stop people
Mm-hmm.
from realizing their full potential?
There's fear, self doubt, procrastination,
Procrastination. Yes.
procrastination. There's worry,
Worry.
worry as well.
Worry. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
came to the realization, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
and this I read there's a scripture that says that worrying about tomorrow doesn't change anything. I believe it's a scripture, So
Mm-hmm.
I used
Mm-hmm.
to worry so much because I'm
Mm-hmm.
also a thinker, and thinkers, we would really analyze something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So on those guys, you want to do something, you're clear, but then you
Mm-hmm.
sit there and analyze until you're paralyzed. You
Mm-hmm.
sit there, analyze, look at it from every angle, look at it this way. And it's
Mm-hmm.
the belief, like you're saying, protecting myself because I'm
Yeah.
afraid of failure. I
Mm-hmm.
don't like, I don't like that. Rather, I didn't like the face of failure until I knew the contribution of failure to my own growth.
Mm-hmm.
So I like the fact that you say we are self-protecting. So we are
Mm-hmm.
meeting a need.
Mm-hmm.
But you see what, coach, I see something. When we are meeting a need, we are forgetting
Mm-hmm.
what we are missing by staying, in this comfort of meeting the need for protection.
Mm-hmm.
We are
Mm-hmm.
missing our dreams.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that girl, that's the only opportunity for you to talk to that girl or that boy. Nowadays girls talk to boys, right? So that could be but then you tell yourself, I'm not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
This is for the moment. That could be the only opportunity for that job. The
Mm-hmm.
opportunities that come once in a lifetime. And when you
Mm-hmm.
allow these enemies to consume you,
Mm-hmm.
because you're meeting your need to protect yourself, what you're
Mm-hmm.
not aware is you're missing, you're sacrificing your dreams. Question is it worth? Is it worth?
Mm-hmm.
Coach, how did you deal with it? And, is it worth to protect yourself, to stay in the comfort of safety? Is it worth
Mm-hmm.
it? Because
Mm-hmm.
most people are there, they run to safety. They don't
Mm-hmm.
want to run towards pain. They don't want to run towards discipline. They don't want
Mm-hmm.
to run towards decision because it's
Mm-hmm.
not easy to make a decision and stay with it.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do, coach?
For me is when I realized for myself, it's either I do this thing or I do not do it. And then I looked at
I like
what
that.
happens when I do it and what happens when I do not do it. So I
Awesome.
went like, okay, so there's the possibility I create this website, I try to talk to people and they ignore me. I'm creating stories. And that's the thing about limiting beliefs. We will always create a story to support it. It's called confirmation bias. So when you have that belief, you will have things confirming it. You will have things coming in confirming. So when I believe that, you know what, I'm going to create this website, I'm going to try to talk to people, I'm going to try to uplift people, to elevate people. And my belief was, you know what, I am going to do it and I will attract people. And I had confirmation bias. You know, I saw when I approached people, they talked to me. When I approached people, they didn't say no to me. Some said wait, some said maybe, some said yes. And the more my idea was, you know what, they're going to talk to me, they're going to accept my message, the more confirmations I had. But when you have the belief that something is not going to work out, believe you me, when you work out, you will find there's this example, confirmation bias. Yeah, like if you're looking for a job, if you're looking for a job in Nairobi city and you walk around, you will see very many opportunities of work. But when you're walking around with a limiting belief, I can never get a job, Nairobi ni kugumu, life is hard, you will only, when you walk around town, all you will see are evidences of life is hard, Nairobi ni ngumu, I am not able to make it. So for me, and I realized the first step you take, the clearer it becomes, the more confirmation you have, the more evidence you have that this thing is yours, that this thing you can do it. So the next step you take, more evidence, you accumulate evidence. So what happens when you accumulate the evidence? Your belief is strengthened. So when your belief is strengthened, then you have a positive belief that will help you or push you towards your goal. When you have a negative belief, then you have a belief that will always push you away from your goal and also away from yourself. So
wow, coach, you know, you're saying deep stuff here. So it's all about your focus, and whatever you're focusing on, it's like the universe will realign to give you confirmation. Everything. By the way, if you believe you're poor, is it true or is it false? It's true if you believe it. If you believe you're rich, that's why the Bible says, let the weak say, I am strong. You're not lying. You're looking for the confirmation of strength. You're looking for confirmation that supports where you're going, your destiny. Anything that is not in agreement with the person you believe you should be, could be, would be, do not agree with that. Agree. And I know that people who are, you're easily agreeing with everything. Everything, just people tell you you're not good enough. Then you look for confirmation. You're looking for it. You are attracting into your life the alignment of what you're believing. And right now you can make a shift. How long does it take? It's a shift of our focus. You focus on your power, your strength. I love this stuff. Coach. I love what you're talking about. So that means people have power to change.
Completely. And all you have to do is question the evidence. Because let me give an example. If someone tells you you're not good enough, so maybe you're not good enough. Maybe you're trying to sing and you're auditioning and all of that, and they tell you you're not good enough. So the confirmation, so the belief there is you're not good enough. The evidence they're giving you is that you did probably perform well or whatever evidence that they're giving you. So what you need to do, go sit down, write your belief, and write down the evidences of that belief and question the evidence. So question the evidence. So when you question the evidence, you're able to determine whether does it make sense or not. Because you know what? Most of the time,
Let me pause it there, guys. I need a hashtag, question the evidence. Drop it down. Hashtag question the evidence. We need to tell the world that whatever life you're living right now, if you can only question the evidence, you can create a new one. Question the evidence. Hashtag drop it down on our chat here. Hashtag question the evidence. Coach, this is amazing. Please keep going. I just
Mm-hmm.
feel everything beginning to shift. Yeah, go on.
Mm-hmm. And ask. I like what life coaching Guka said. Ask how true is it. Is it true? Maybe this person who was auditioning you was having a hard day. You don't know that. Yeah.
Yes,
So the
yes,
first thing you have to do to just change any belief that you have is to question the evidence. Question
yeah,
it, because
yeah,
most of the time it will look like it's true, but when you start asking questions it actually might not be true. So in that
yes,
moment you're able to shift what you believe in. You're able to shift
yeah,
it. Like for example, let's say someone told you you're not a good driver, so the evidence
yes,
is maybe you knocked someone's car one day. That other
yes,
evidence is maybe your boyfriend or girlfriend told you you're not a good driver. The other one was maybe I don't know, some crazy reason in your head just told you you're not a good driver.
you're
So
not a
when
good
you,
speaker, you're not a
yeah,
good coach.
coach,
Question the evidence.
question
Yeah,
the evidence. Yeah, and
yeah,
be honest with yourself and honest with
yeah,
those answers. Yeah, because sometimes we look at, we generalize things. There's a
yeah,
habit of generalizing everything,
yes, yes,
so when we have an experience, we sift it through our own past experiences, through our own beliefs or values, and then we create this story that we live our lives through. So, and sometimes that story or whatever we've created does not serve us or does not serve where we want to be or to get to. Yeah.
nice. Wow, guys,
Mhm.
this is amazing. This is amazing. Are you guys, feeling this vibe? This is a
Mhm.
vibe of change. This is a sound of change, and change is possible, guys. Question the evidence. Monica Momo, thank you so much. Thank you. And then there is Coach Nguka is saying, treat it as an opinion, the other person's point of
Mhm.
view. Treat it as an opinion. People
Mhm.
have opinions. Don't let, I think it's Les Brown who said,
Mhm.
don't let other people's opinion be your reality.
Mhm.
And then we have
Mhm.
Destiny Finder, question the evidence. Wow, wow,
Mhm.
wow. Awesome,
Mhm.
Rachel. And then there's Jed or Chien, question the evidence. Wow. Wow, this is amazing. This is awesome. When I'm getting to the point where I'm seeing none of us fails to have the potential for change. The potential is there. My dad
Mhm.
told me when I was 9 years old, I can be anything I want to be in life. I'll never forget. I asked him, and because that time when I was 9 is when I began to read of guys like, or rather, my dad would tell me of guys like, Ben Carson, the celebrated brain surgeon. And I said, you mean I
Yeah.
can be like, Ben Carson if I want? When my
Mhm.
dad told me, you can be even a better one. You can be a
Mhm.
better Ben Carson. And I looked at the certainty on his face. And from that time, you're beginning to believe yourself and believe in possibilities and tell people, I want to change the world. And it's interesting. From that moment, I began to have very interesting dreams at night, myself speaking to thousands of people and speaking healing nations. I began to see that as a child, just because of that belief, seed of belief that my dad told me you can be anything you want to
Mhm.
be. And
Mhm.
if I could do that, and of course the opposite is true. You can be anything worse than ever seen on this planet. You can be
Mhm.
anything. But
Mhm.
then, coach, how do we come to that place of responsibility?
Mhm.
Taking responsibility over my life and say, okay, this is what I want to be. No matter
Mhm.
what, this is what
Mhm.
I want to be. I know I'm going to face challenges, but this is my decision. I
Mhm.
want to be a leader in this world. I want to
Mhm.
be a person of influence. This is
Mhm.
what I want to be. How do we get to that place?
Mhm.
And have you had clients that really,
Mhm.
have a challenge with taking responsibility, becoming
Mhm.
a victim of circumstances? Can we talk about that a little bit,
Mhm. Mhm.
Coach?
Yes, 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 definitely. First of all, from a client point of view, I have definitely met a lot of people, young women and men who have the capacity and and it is within them. You know, when you're talking to a client and you as a coach, you feel that their strength and their capability and their power within them, and you're talking to them and you're just trying to mirror it back to them, and they're talking to you. And for me, one of the realizations that I've just gotten is people self-protecting and telling
Yes.
them, what are you scared of that is on the other side, that this belief or this thing that is limiting you is actually protecting you from? What are you so scared of?
Yes.
And two
Yes.
things: pain and pleasure. A lot
Yes.
of people do not want to embrace the journey, and the fact that the journey
Mm,
is up and
mm,
down, up and down,
mm.
you know, like there's hills and there's valleys, and that's the journey. So a lot
Yes.
of people, they want the glory without the pain.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
they want the glory without the pain. They want
Yes.
some parts of the journey, and then there are some parts they do not want. And
Yes.
there's also this idea that when they go through the pain, that it will kill them, that it will destroy them, that they won't be able to come back up. And
Yes.
for me, in that moment, I'm just like, no, you need to realize your power. That
Yeah.
pain, it will not destroy you. You just need to go through it. And
Yeah.
everything within you, the universe is for you. It is not
Awesome.
against you. It's not
Yes.
fighting you. So when
Amazing.
that you realize that all you need to do is to go through it. That's the
Yes.
only way through it. That's
Yes.
the only way to the other tunnel where there's so much light and so much glory. And people will
Yes.
ask you, so how did you make it through that? And because of social media age, they will just see you looking nice and the glory and all of that. But you know deep within your heart that it was the pain, that it was what you went through, that it was the low moments mixed with a couple of pleasurable moments here and there that actually propelled you to that place. So a
Wow.
lot of the mhm,
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
mhm,
Talking about the faith and pain and pleasure principle, and knowing that the pain is
mhm,
serving us.
mhm,
Like it's like everything you will ever go through in life is actually serving your best interest. It's serving your destiny.
mhm,
Never let pain stop you, because that's a hand you're being given by the universe. You're being told you're bigger than that. Like the pain of being rejected when you're starting off, people are rejecting you. It can stop you, but it can also propel you. So, question
mhm,
is, how is pain using me and putting me down, or can I use this pain to jump to my destiny? Can I use it so that one day I can tell the story and say, you know what? There's a time I could not have even one client, two clients a month, because I was
mhm,
getting rejection after rejection. People didn't understand what this coaching thing is about. True story. True story for me. Today I have a full calendar. People booking me and getting through assessment to come for a session with me. How did I get there? Pain of
mhm,
rejection, pain of
mhm,
feeling, okay, something must be wrong with me for me not to get the right client, not to get, and going through that, coach, like you're saying, go through
mhm,
it. Go
mhm,
through it. Believe in yourself.
mhm,
Make an agreement with your highest version of you. Don't make an agreement with the lower version of you. And where you
mhm,
are today is not where you're going. For me, for everyone, you're listening to us, it doesn't matter where you are. There's always a step of growth above you. Keep moving,
mhm,
keep
mhm,
going, never
mhm,
stop. Because the moment you stop, the moment you tell yourself, I've grown, that's the
mhm,
moment you begin to die. Every
mhm,
day, every day, I'm a Form 1 student,
mhm,
understanding everyone and studying and understanding and curiosity and all that. I'll never be, that senior high school guy that knows everything. No, I'm still a
mhm,
mondo in these things, man. I'm a student. So,
mhm,
that's how learning to take responsibility and learning to say, I got this.
mhm,
And then changing your prayers, guys. You stop praying, God, remove these challenges out of my way, and pray, God, make me strong. God, make
mhm,
me strong. May I be so strong that my today's challenge will not last a week as my present challenge. Now, that doesn't mean challenges are over. You face different challenges as you mature, as you grow, isn't it, Coach?
Yes,
As you
yes, yes,
grow,
yes.
you face deeper. Or is there a time you reach, you feel you've arrived, and the challenges are now they're all gone to hell?
Mm-mm. Actually, the higher you go, the more the levels also, they move higher as well. So it's like you move from level one of difficulties to probably level 38 of difficulty. But because you've gone through all those levels, it has
Yes.
built your muscle, it has built your capacity, so you're able to just push through it.
Yes, wow. So the
Mhm,
higher you go, the more the challenges, but the
mhm,
stronger you become, isn't it?
yes,
So
yes, yes,
can we
yes.
talk about focusing on the strength instead
Mhm,
of focusing on the challenges? Because
mm,
the journey is everything. How do we
mm,
keep our focus on our strength? And
mhm,
because I realize people, the more I focus on my challenges and the more I focus on, the challenges I go through, the
mhm,
more disempowered I become. I don't know about other people. This is personal experience. But
mhm,
the more I focus on my strength, I realized, that being sick for 11 years made me very intuitive person.
mhm,
That became a strength instead of, a weakness.
mhm,
I'm the kind of person that can really listen deeply to a soul. I can listen, I can hear things that you've never heard. I can
mhm,
listen to you and hear your soul beating. It's because of that challenge. But then that came by focusing on my strength, knowing
mhm,
every moment and every situation offers me that choice. I can choose to focus on how difficult this is, or I can focus on how strong I'm becoming because of the
mhm,
challenge. What
mhm.
can you say there, Coach?
So focusing on your strengths instead of focusing on your challenges. Maybe I can give an example. For me, my dream of becoming a coach started in 2013, and at that time I had nothing. I didn't have a laptop. I didn't have anything really. And I
Yeah.
wanted to speak to people. So for me, I began with what I had. I began with my phone, and
Yes.
you can imagine the worst quality. um I didn't know how to speak. I taught myself how to edit, taught myself
Ah,
everything,
I love
because
that.
I did not look at what I did not have. and
Yes.
and 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 the way God asked Moses, what's in your hand? So the same question I would ask, what's in your hand? So look at
Mm,
what you have. Look at what
yes.
you have and begin there. Begin there.
Including the
and
pain and the
and and
challenge.
I had this from another coach. Hmm. Yes.
Go on. You are saying something. Sorry about that. You heard something from our coach. Go on. Can you hear
Yes.
me?
No worries. No worries. Are we back? We are good?
We are good. I can hear you. I get you. Clear. Go
Yes. I
on,
had
coach.
this from a coach. If you begin, if you're not will yes, I can hear you. Yes. So if you begin a journey and you can't go through the hardships of it, then you're not ready for the success of it.
Mm,
So if you begin it and you're not ready to go through it, then you're not ready for the glory. You're not ready to take it. So
mm,
that's when you get tested. It's the test. It's when you see, is this for me, or this is this not for me? So
mm.
if you're able to stick with it, if you're able to stick with your passion, your purpose, what you're chasing, through the
Yes.
hard times, then even when the glory comes, it might not confuse you as much. You will not
Mm,
just fall off the wagon. Yeah. And
yes.
also there's this thing for creating generalizations in our mind. For
Mm-hmm.
example, let me give a very simple example. Like, you're a guy, and you've tried to talk to this girl, and she refuses to talk to you, and you feel rejected. and you create a generalization from that one moment or that one instant. You say, I am always rejected by women. And from that day onwards, you begin living from that generalization, and you begin creating and making decisions from that generalization. So there's that creating from one experience, you've generalized it and created one belief
Yes.
that is holding you back from your purpose, from your destiny. So when you knock on doors, because you believe in rejection that much, when you knock on these doors, you automatically get rejected because you expect rejection. You don't expect to be accepted. So there's
That's
that.
right.
Exactly. And then
Amazing.
mhm,
Amazing, coach. Amazing, coach. And as you go on with the next thought, coach, let me read some of the messages here. Destiny
mhm,
Finder is saying, Dorsila, how do you deal with a spouse or family member who reinforces limiting beliefs? How do you deal with a spouse or a family
mhm,
member who reinforces
mhm,
limiting beliefs?
mhm.
Now,
Do I answer
yeah, we
that?
yeah, we can deal with that. Just go on. How do you deal
Mhm.
with,
A
a
spouse.
spouse or a
Mhm,
family member who reinforces limiting beliefs?
limiting beliefs. I will just
Yes,
go back to question the evidence.
yes,
Question the evidence. You have the limiting belief in the middle, then
yeah,
you've created the evidence. So you come up with the evidences, if they're there or not. Hopefully they're
yes,
not there. Yeah. But if they're there, then you question the evidence and you go back to them and you call it out.
mm,
I especially because it's family spaces, there's a lot of just accepting things
that's
that
right.
people
That's
throw out and accepting energy that people throw out. So when someone tells you, you're not good enough, you can never earn that much money, at that moment you question the
yes,
belief. Question
yes,
it. Depending
yeah,
on your family, you can decide to go all public and tell them no. Yeah. But what truly matters is to you yourself, when deep in your heart you're able to question those evidences, questioning that belief, and
amazing.
coming up with a new belief, restructuring and rewriting a new belief. Like, for example, you say there's a belief life is hard, and everyone is saying life is hard, things don't work out. You can restructure that belief, and it can be the less the difficulties that I experience in life are
Yeah,
here to build me. They're here for me. They're here to grow me. They're not here to destroy me. And you've created that new belief that you can move
yes,
forward with. That's more energetic and more fun, and gives you an opportunity to live, because we are here to live. Mhm.
yeah. We are here to live. I love it. I love it. You know
Mhm.
what? I came to a point in my life where I made that decision. And I made what we call destiny decision. And for me, it was this decision that life is actually happening for me.
Mhm.
Life is happening for me. Everything serves me. I'd read books, I had
Mhm.
read Bible, that everything is working for your good. But then I came to
Mhm.
this place of believing, like feeling with
Mhm.
certainty. Life is happening for me. Everything is serving me. So when I face a
Mhm.
challenge, I ask myself, how is this serving me? How is, and I
Mhm.
always find a way. See, the interesting thing about our brain and the way God created us is that
Mhm.
ask and you shall
Mhm.
receive, seek
Mhm.
and you shall find. Any question you ask your brain, you get an answer. When you ask
Mhm.
a question like, why am I so stupid? The answers
Mhm.
will be there. The brain will search, like Google search, all the way search until it finds anything your uncle who hates you said and give you the evidence, because that's your focus. Ask a
Mhm.
different question. Why am I so awesome? Okay, so the first thing is you just ask that question and then wait for the feedback. The brain goes and looks and say, "Oh, you did one small thing here. You are available for this person. You serve this person wholeheartedly. It brings you evidence. Now,
Mhm.
when you have evidence that is not serving you, question that evidence, and
Mhm.
then you can build empowering questions that
Mhm.
bring the evidence you're looking for. You're a creator of your destiny. You're not a manager of your life. You're a creator of your destiny. You can create anything. From this conversation, someone will go home thinking, like I've just received a message from someone, I think she's from Uganda. I was just saying, Jeff, I want you to coach me. Live here, just from this meeting. This is amazing. And someone feels, yeah, I want to get there. Someone will make a decision during this show and they will never be the same again. Someone else will go back to their story. What your story, their patterns, their beliefs. And they will continue to be the same person for the next 10 years. How painful. How painful, we remain the same until we take responsibility and draw the line and say, my life begins here. No matter how badly your past has been, like Tony Robbins says, your past does not equal your future. You can begin a new story right now. So some of, my new story was life is happening for me. I believed that. I faced every challenge with that belief. Life is happening for me. I'll face, rejection. Life is happening for me. And I realized, I thank God that person rejected me because, oh my God. I don't know whether you've ever heard of this story. There's a musician who used to like a girl in high school and they were besties. But he never told the girl because he was afraid she would reject him. And so they graduated from school. Many years later, class reunion. The guy has become a superstar. He's now world renowned, and now he's thinking, my high school sweetheart, that girl, how is she? Let me tell you, the guy was called to present, and then he's performing. He saw this girl. God gave the guy a new song instantly. Thank God for an answered prayer. That became a song. There are some things, let me tell you, there are some things you think God is denying you because it's not happening. The universe is serving you. What if God is serving you, even with things that seem like they are rejecting you? The universe is serving you. God is serving you. What would happen if you believed that? That life is happening for me, not to me. Because a victim believes everything is happening to them. But a master of your destiny, life is happening for me. And let me just read some of the interesting comments. You guys are on fire. I like this. Oh my goodness. James is saying, nice, awesome. I like this. Jabesh is saying, it is not always easy to be successful. The pressure of life are really many. I am glad I'm getting a lot of insights from this conversation. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Jabesh. Thank you for joining us. Then this Joker is saying consistency and persistence. Consistency and persistence. Like be consistent, be persistent. And then Coach Nguka is saying, choose your focus. It doesn't define and determine your destiny. Choose your focus. Okay, then Joker is saying, how do you eat an elephant? How do you eat an elephant? Always start with the ears. Never forget that. Thank you, Joker. That's a good one. I like. Always start with the ears. Don't start with the big one. Cool vibes. Only positive vibes here today. Wow, awesome. Yes, only positive vibes. I like that. Coach Liners Gigi is saying, at the moment, what you don't have is at the moment, what you don't have is not necessary. It's not immediate at the moment. I like that, coach. At the moment, how do we come to the moment? Because I think we get defeated when we think of one day or we think of the past. How do you get focused on the moment so that you're focused on each moment? Maybe we can have a conversation on that, coach.
Yes, yes. And this is something that I totally learned from DLC. And we are always in the future, or we're always in the past. We are never present in our now. And our
Yeah.
now, how do we get in the moment? By taking a breath. A deep breath in.
Because you cannot breathe tomorrow. You're breathing now. The breath
Now. Yeah.
moment.
Be
So
in the
that's
moment.
one. Take a deep breath. Breathe into your belly right now. Feel the present moment. Connect in the moment. Wow. Awesome. Anything else, coach, you want to share there?
Connect with the present moment, and know another statement that I like repeating to myself, especially when I just feel like I'm moving too fast, or I'm going towards my past and all of that. I tell myself I am exactly where I need to be, doing exactly what I need to be doing, and that
Yeah.
just grounds me and centers me, and it releases all my worries.
Yes.
Like I'm thinking, it's instead of speeding into the next 5 years or wanting to be that, and looking at my past and thinking I shouldn't have done that. No, just looking, that's just the way you said, the universe is working for me, so I am
Yes.
exactly where I need
Yeah.
to be in my life, in my
Yes.
situations,
Yes.
and it is working for my good, believe it or
Awesome.
not. Yeah.
Awesome. Wow. I am exactly where, because the next door will open because you've accepted where you are. You've accepted this moment right now. I'm supposed to be here with this challenge, overcoming it so I can realize my greatness. I'm supposed to be here with these people, loving them, being present. You know how people will never know in their lifetime how life tastes like when you're present. There are people, even in relationships, you're dating one person and you're with another one because you never learn to be present. You get a job, you're in one job and you're thinking of the next one. You never learn to be present. You can be training someone, but you're waiting for the next client. You're never present. You know the power of being present. You just unleash all that is within you for that moment, because we are not sparing it. It's not needed tomorrow. Whatever you have for this moment is not needed tomorrow. Tomorrow there will be a new supply. Every day you have new supply. Why are you storing? And again, it's the need for certainty. We feel there will not be tomorrow. There will not be enough tomorrow. So we are always, holding ourselves back. Learn to unleash yourself. Learn to live large. Like there's no tomorrow, because all you have at this moment. If you have a talk, give your everything. If you're coaching someone, give your everything. If you're working with a client, give your everything. If you're serving your boss, your organization, the only way to give your everything is to be present here right now. If you're in a new relationship, please make it better than the last one. Be there. Be there. Don't wish, I wish. No, be there. Even if you have challenges, be present with those challenges. You see how strong you are.
Yeah.
You see how strong you are. And follow your intuition, but be present. I love it. I love it. Okay, so there's more here. June Jose is saying, such an empowering session for a Friday night. Yeah, it feels like, it feels like we've gone for some of those sessions, eh? Yes, you don't have to go for that vibe. It's right here. You can activate it within you. Linus is saying the talk is very insightful and liberating. Wow. Dorsila, you are liberating people. You are in the meta model, looking out for deletions, distortion, generalization. That is what people do. We delete. Like if you ask me, how was your day? And I tell you, oh, my day was so bad. Why? You know, this guy, I sent this guy in town to town, and this is what he did. I focus on that and I delete every other thing that happened in the day. So we always delete the positive and we magnify the negative. We are masters of deletion. Thank you. Thank you, Joker, for sharing that. See if the stories they tell you, that determines how you're gonna react to it. Yes. When it's a spouse or a parent, maybe it gets to be difficult and discouraging, but you got to sieve. Linus is saying, yes, my past is not equal my future. And then I'm reading all your comments, guys. Coach Nguka is saying, at times we even got to get out of the room full of negative vibe. We can only grow as big as the room we are in. Get out of your limiting environment. Wow. So, Coach, some people need to move.
Yeah, sometimes you literally need to physically move, and you will see the difference.
Yeah.
Because what you know and what you feel, energy is your energy can tell you. You know, this is a space whereby I can actually be accepted, I can grow, I can learn, and then this is a space I am not accepted, I am not able to grow, I cannot even be myself.
Yes.
So sometimes you actually need to physically remove yourself from a space. Yeah.
So there are people need to physically move. There are people need to move in terms of their relationships and transition. There are people need to move jobs. There are people need to stay there. You want to listen to your intuition and know, is there anything that I can learn from you? Am I growing and am I making a contribution? If the answer to those two questions is no, it could be your time to move. Maybe that's the last, you're seeing each other in terms of relationship. And it's okay. It's okay, guys. Don't feel you are stuck with someone, on the hip. Sometimes when you move out of a relationship, you set the other person free. But the fact that you're not free, then both of you are bound to each other and to a prison of trying to hang on to something that is already dead. You need to mature enough to know the right time. The right time to move. There's time for everything. There's time to move. All you need to do is all you need to do. And all you need to do is enough. But make sure you've done all you need to do. Laura, she's saying, I like that. You can begin a new story right now. This moment. This moment. Yes, you can begin right now. Because I think, Coach, right now is all that we have.
Yep, it's just now. It's literally this moment. It's
right
gone.
now is all that you have. And right now, you are making a decision. Right now. Right now, right now is all that we have.
Yes.
Amazing. There is Destiny Finder. Is that a question? What is something I can do when I catch myself thinking back to a limiting thought? Could you help, Destiny Finder? What is the something I can do when I catch myself sinking into a limiting thought? Because patterns take a while to change. Like after I can do this vibe starts to wear off. Coach, what did you say to that?
I want to encourage Destiny Finder that she is already 2 steps ahead, because what she said, when I catch myself, because that's a level of awareness that she already possesses.
Amazing.
being able to catch yourself that you're actually falling into a trap of a limiting belief. So you're already 2 steps ahead. So that's encouragement for her. And encouragement for her. So when you find yourself, you catch yourself falling into that limiting belief, what
Yeah.
can you do? That is the moment to give yourself an opportunity to restructure the belief and to rewrite a new belief and to go back, question the evidence. After you've questioned the evidence, restructure the belief,
Yeah.
restructure it.
Mhm.
Once you've restructured it, a belief only works when you believe it. It
Yes.
will only work when you believe
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Yes. I like that. I like that. It will
Mhm.
only work when you
When
believe it.
you believe it,
Wow.
it doesn't just exist on
Yeah.
yeah. When you believe it, that is the only time it will make sense in your life, and that's the only time you'll be able to create these small evidences and confirmation biases around you. So you rewrite, like for example, life is hard. So you've caught yourself, downward spiral. Life is hard, things are not working out for me, I am not even good enough in this thing or that thing. But when you restructure it, this is just a challenge that is meant to teach me, to grow me, to develop me, then you're able to restructure that belief. And what does that do? It changes your attitude, it changes your actions. So, yeah.
Mm. Wow. And there's an addition there. Joker is saying looking out for limiting beliefs is a long
Mhm.
life practice. It's like eating
Mhm.
healthy and exercising to keep fit or taking
Yep.
a shower.
Mhm.
But you keep growing, isn't it?
Mhm. Mhm.
How about the fact that, I'm still thinking about the person who asked, excuse me, the person who asked about being influenced by people around you, especially people you love,
Mhm.
the awareness that the belief is not in the other person. It's actually
Mhm.
can never, it's not possible. It's not
Mhm.
possible for someone to make you believe something or to feel or to
Mhm.
make you feel something. The
Mhm.
belief is in us, isn't it, coach?
Mhm. Yes, it is
Where is,
definitely enough.
is it in the other person or is it just in me?
It's definitely just in you. So
Yeah.
the rest will catch up later, or they will never catch up, and it's still okay. You get.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So maybe if I could give an example, when I wanted to do this coaching thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So I tried my best to explain to my folks, to people around me, this is what I want to do, and
Yeah.
my folks just told me, we don't understand, we don't get it, we don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So what, and I think I came to see you at the office so many times
Yes. I
until
remember.
asking so many questions because I was
Yeah.
trying to look for answers to give them. But then again I realized, Dorsila, this is your dream.
Yes.
This is your dream. It's mine. I took ownership for it. And I said, this is mine. So what did I tell myself? How bad do you want it? So I asked
Mm.
myself, how bad do you want it? So are you
Yes.
willing to put your resources into it? Are you willing to put your time, money, effort into it? So I didn't wait for them to come and put all of that into it. I decided, you know what? I'm going to put mine. Let me put my things, my time, my money, my effort into it to prove to
Yes.
myself this is how much I want it. And today, when I want to film a video for, when I want to film a video for my girls at that girl relatable, my mom is so supportive because she's
Yes.
catching up. She's catching
Yes.
up. She's catching up,
Yes.
and that's the
Yes.
thing. People might not believe you, but the
Yes.
more you take steps towards achieving this thing, the more you're giving them an opportunity to catch up with you and your belief.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, coach. Amazing. Amazing. So you ask yourself those questions, guys. You're asking yourself, how do I want this? How badly
Mhm.
do I want this? And do you know what? Dreams have no witnesses.
Mm.
Let me repeat that. Dreams have no witnesses. It's your dream. No matter how many nice people surround you, dreams have.
Mhm.
I would, I can love my spouse all I want, and we sleep next to each other. But my dreams are I can only tell her, I had this dream, but
Mhm.
she wasn't there as a witness. Dreams have no witness. It's my dream. It's my dream. Own your dream. Own your dream. Possess your dream. Let it be your dream, and do whatever it takes. Even when people you thought they would support you, they may not support you. But then when you own your dream and believe it, then you make a decision. You decide. Decision means there's no plan B. In fact, the word decision comes from an, I think, Italian word, desaria, which means, no option. It means the only one option, we stick to this one. This is my decision, is final. What is that one thing, my friend? That one thing that you believe with all your soul, with all your being. I was cut out for this. I watch people doing coaching, and I'll say, I love this thing. I was born for this. But then I have not raised my faith, my certainty to a place where I could take action, engage a coach, and believe that if it's going to be, it's up to me. Nobody else. Because anytime you blame someone else, anytime you think your father, you blame your ancestor, sometime you be alone, sometime your father will be gone, sometimes your parents will not be there. And that's the time you look back, and then we go through the worst pain in life, the pain of regret. The pain of I wish I coulda, woulda, shoulda. That pain comes to people that allow other people's opinion, that allow beliefs, limiting beliefs, to hold them in the prison of the life they know this is not the life they were born to live. So, Coach, what is one part in short you can tell someone in terms of this making decisions and staying, holding on to your belief? Because all these people listening to us, they may not have had an experience of coaching, but they have a heart that tells them there's something better. There's someone better locked inside of me. And I know it will take me to get out. I don't know, what is your part in short? What would you tell someone like that who feels, I have something within me and I want to unlock it? Go past my limiting beliefs and really unlock it. What's your final thoughts on that?
My final thought would be to this person, when we look at the decisions that they've made so far, they made them on the level of awareness that they had and exposure, the level of awareness and exposure that they had. So the first thing that they need to do is to forgive themselves for not knowing what they should have done at that time.
Awesome.
So forgive yourself and release yourself. And then after you've done that, you've done that, the next thing, give yourself a second chance. Give yourself a second chance to rewrite your beliefs. Give yourself a second chance to come back to looking at those old beliefs that you had and giving yourself an opportunity to rewrite them. And when you have rewritten them, I want them to sit in those beliefs and to envision how it would feel to live those beliefs, how it would feel in their body, because our bodies speak to us.
Yes.
So that you're not waiting to feel like that after 6 years, so that you can actually feel like that in that moment. And with that feeling, with that pleasure feeling, it will push you, it will give you motivation, it will remind you that, you know what, I have made the right choice for myself by giving myself this second chance and second opportunity to rewrite my beliefs. So give yourself as many chances, forgive yourself, release yourself, and know that you have the power within you to create, and to create the life that you desire, the life that you want, the life that is yours. So at the end of the day, that's it. That's my parting shot. Thank you so much, Jeff.
Awesome. Wow. Thank you, Coach. Thank you so much. And thank you guys for joining us. I can see there's someone saying here, this is better than going out. Yes, it is. Definitely. Thank you. I'm feeling charged. Thank you. Thank you. Dreamers are people who see the dark, live a lonely life until they make the dream visible to others. Wow. Thank you, Joker. Amazing. Esther, you're saying glad to be here, though late. Welcome. If people knew better, they'll do better.
We do better.
Wow, they'll do better. Thank you. That if they knew better, they would do better. Maya, Angelo, guys, thank you for joining us. Make sure you share this video, share with your friends, share on your timeline, make a party, create a party, a watch party. Let people get something, be a blessing to someone. Let people go past their limiting beliefs. Because of time, we will leave it there. Guys, if you want to connect with Coach Dorsila, where can people get you, Coach?
They can get me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So that's that girl relatable. That girl relatable.
That girl relatable.
Yes.
Awesome, guys. Connect with the coach.
Yes.
Get a consultation session. It will be the first session will be free, courtesy of this show, just for this week. Just for this week. If you look for any one of us, courtesy of this show, Coach, can we do that?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, courtesy of this show, we are giving you a free consultation session this week. Thank you, guys. God bless you. Good night.
Thank you. Good night. Thank you so much.
Thank you.